See, before I actually delve into this harmony and recyclability and coexistence in nature, let me talk about what harmony is. That we should had we had a different class on harmony, but let us briefly revisit what harmony is. It's a very important topic. Whenever we discuss about harmony, and as I just explained you in the previous session, that harmony is when there is a coherence or there is a similarity, some sort of positive relationship between two or more entities. That is something that we know about what happens in physics also. When different waves they work in harmony, then they superimpose on each other, they amplify their effect, and if they don't, then they reduce each other's impact. So there's four levels of human existence. At four different levels of human existence, we can have a look at what harmony is. Harmony is in the individual, that is within yourself. Harmony in the individual, that is within yourself. And on this topic, our previous session was basically guided towards this topic, that is harmony at the individual level, where we discussed in detail about self-realization and self-exploration and ethical dilemmas and so on. So and difference between different kind of happiness. So that kind of that discussion was basically guided towards arriving harmony within yourself. So what do you mean by harmony at the individual level? When there is alignment between thought, behavior, work, and realization. And there is a confusion between, there's a freedom from confusion, conflict, and contradictions. This can happen when there is a clarity, there is self-discipline and satisfaction. So I'm not explaining this first point here, which we have already explained in the previous session. We have discussed that in detail in the previous session. Next, second is harmony in the family. Harmony in the family, that is within different members of the family. The family consists of different members, and there ought to be some sort of harmony between them. So in that space also, it is very important to have harmony. And this can happen when there is trust, when there is respect, when there is affection, care, and all these values. Care, guidance, gratitude, love. How important gratitude is, I sent you all a video yesterday. That is a very important topic, that how gratitude can significantly improve the quality of relationship. Okay, next is mutual happiness and responsibility. There should not be any fear, there should not be any desire to dominate, there should not be any manipulation and so on. So these are the things which are important to achieve harmony in the family level. Okay, so two different kind of harmonies we have discussed. And remember, whenever a question comes on harmony, you should immediately think about harmony at these four levels. Harmony within yourself, harmony in the family, and next is next slide we will see. One second. Next slide is harmony at two different levels. Harmony in society, that is different between different social groups. And there are different caste groups present in India, different religions present in India, people who speak different languages. Like amongst yourselves, some people are from Andhra, some from North, some from Northeast. So how can harmony exist in society? When the society is governed by these principles of justice, these principles of equality, trustworthiness, cooperation. So these are the kind of values that should exist. And then there is a feeling of, for every member should feel that he is a member of society, he is a responsible member of family. And the systems that are there in our country, the democratic systems, judicial systems, all these systems, education systems, they should promote human dignity. This is how we can achieve harmony in society. I'm not going too much in detail of it. My focus here is to tell you that whenever we're talking about harmony, you should immediately think about these different aspects. The fourth one here is harmony in nature. And this shall be the major focus of our class or this session. That is harmony in nature. Why is harmony important in nature? And how can we achieve that? We will be quickly having a look at it. So in nature we see there are plants, there are animals, earth, water, all these different resources. They exist in a way in which they help each other, and that is what we will talk about now. Okay, so what What is coexistence in nature? All these different entities, they live together and they support each other. Are you able to listen to me properly, or is there any disturbance? All entities, they live together and they support each other, and nothing lives in isolation in nature. There's nothing which lives in isolation. Rivers, forests, they all exist in some sort of existence. What is meant by here? When there are rivers, there will be forests, because rivers will nourish forests. And when there are forests, the health of river would be good. So if you remove the forest, rivers would be negatively affected. And if you remove the rivers, forest would be negatively impacted. This is what the principle of coexistence is. Similarly, birds and trees. Birds, they take this, when they eat fruits from the trees, they take up the seeds and disperse them far away. So birds help in uh, increasing the population of trees, increasing the spread of forests. Trees, so thus we need see that trees, they need birds. But birds also need trees for nesting, for fruits and other things. So there's a positive relationship between the two, birds and trees. In food chains also, you might have heard of this thing. You might have studied these subjects in your environmental disciplines also. Okay, so what is recyclability in nature? Recyclability means that nature does not use any waste. There is no waste in nature. Everything is recycled. Like the water that we are using today. You might have heard of water cycle. Water, it goes from oceans, water, it goes from mountains and land and finally meets the oceans. Oceans increase. But after that, from oceans, that water again evaporates, and then there is rain, and that water again reaches the mountains. So there is a cycle of water in our space also. In our world also, we see in our country also we know about this monsoon cycle, which is a very good example of water cycle. Likewise, nutrient cycles and other cycles are also there. These are some of the examples of recyclability. Recyclability is a principle that we should learn from nature. Nothing is ever wasted, remember this thing. From soil, plants grow up. The big animals also, they seek their nourishment from plants. When plants die, they start decomposing. Or when animals die, they start decomposing and again they become a part of the soil. So these nutrients and other material, they keep on cycling. Okay, so these are some of the principles of recyclability. Now a very important topic emerges here is that human beings, they disturb harmony in the nature. It is human beings who disturb harmony in the nature. How human beings disturb harmony? Human beings disturb harmony. We know about how deforestation takes place. In deforestation also, and pollution, plastic waste, how we are killing species, how we are responsible for extinction of a large number of species. So all these things show, all these uh, all these things show that how we are responsible for elimination of a large number of things from the mother earth. Nature, it had harmony, but human beings, they are the disturbing element in this equations. When we kill forests, when we engage in deforestation, it leads to soil erosion, it leads to loss of biodiversity. When we pollute, then we in pollution we see how we're looking at news these days how it is becoming impossible for people to live in Delhi. AQI levels are rising. Plastic waste also there. Plastic waste, it creates non-biodegradable stuff. And overfishing and hunting. When we go in hunting, there are a lot of species which go on extinction. When we go for fishing, deep sea fishing, or our lakes or our rivers, they also see a loss of biodiversity. So these are some of the ways in which we disturb harmony. We engage in overuse of chemicals. We we are also responsible, as human beings are also responsible for floods. Many people ask that why floods are taking place in Delhi or in Mumbai or in Chennai, what we call the rise of urban floods. Urban floods are taking place because of the kind of chaotic uh, structures and over urbanization that we have created, where proper drainage is not possible. So it is we who are responsible. And most important is climate change. It's a very real aspect. Climate change is very important here. Okay, so these are some things which we can all talk about when. Okay, friends. So can you see the slides there? Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So this was about the idea of harmony. So remember, I again urge you to revise that whenever we talk about harmony, we have to think of harmony operating at four different levels: harmony within you, harmony in the family, harmony in the society, and harmony in nature. That is in nature, and harmony also between man and nature. That can also be a topic. So these are different levels at which harmony operates. Okay, so there can be some questions from this zone also, and these topics. Uh, I think most of these things you would have already studied in your environmental classes, but you need to retrieve some points from those classes or those content so that you can write your answers in a better way. Okay, friends. So with this, we will wrap up our discussion on this topic, and after this, we will have a quick discussion or a quick session on another topic that is related to ethics, which we saw in the previous session, but we will just continue with a little more examples, and after that, I will wind up. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so
No, sir.
okay, so yes, these topics are pretty easy, and the point here are that there are that knowledge is it looks easy sometimes, but you're not able to retrieve points from that. So that is one thing that you need to take care of. From these topics, you can borrow some ideas and discuss about harmony, discuss about human values, discuss about such related topics. So quickly, I'm pausing this session, and I will quickly resume with the next session.